So guys, without naming any names, can you give us some examples of where firms have perhaps struggled with security in the on-premise world and how you're helping with that in the kind of cloud world of digital video?
Sure, yeah. So there's been a number of customers where a lot of customers still rely on hard drives that will just be sitting around on desks in piles or in a cupboard in the corner. And it's so easy to just walk into those offices. A lot of the time you can just walk straight past reception, just go grab one of those drives, walk back out, or I'm just here to collect something, or I'm doing a delivery, and just grab it and walk out. And that's a top end movie that's just been leaked, or it's just not good for brand reputation, let alone the cost of producing that asset. And sometimes it's the only copy of the asset as well. So at the very least, a big recommendation is to have an off-site backup. And there's been a couple of cases where this has actually been really important for customers, because there was one where they suffered a ransomware attack and all of their content on premise on their NAS was encrypted. And if they didn't have they had a backup copy with us in the cloud, so they were able to just say, sorry, not paying the ransom, deleted all their content on site and just downloaded it from us. So otherwise they would have had to pay a large fee to get that decrypted. And there have been a number of companies that haven't had the offsite backup and have literally either had to pay that ransom or have just lost all of their content. So yeah, it is. That's just like one of the benefits of having that cloud backup. But also, if you think that physical security of getting access to that hard drive that's sitting on the desk, we aren't even allowed to access our racks sometimes in the private data centers we work with, and in the public clouds not at all. So we have to book a ticket for a specific time. We go in, we have to have our fingerprints and our faces scanned, and it has to all check out for us to just get through the first door, let alone the other doors we've got to get through beyond that. It's another level compared to what people have on premise. And I often say it's because offices are designed for people to work and data centers are designed for data and security. And trying to marry those two up, but making it easier for people to get into the office so they can get to the desks and work, is also making it easy for them to get to your IT kit and then compromise your data.
You're not going to socially engineer your way into a data center, are you?
No.
No chance. There was a time recently where I couldn't get into our own data center, and I got left outside for a couple of hours because this guy on security was just not having it. But the other thing is, if you go further up the stack, from a software point of view and like online access, so it's true that if you just leave your web application wide open, or if you share your password or you give someone else your login details, you're basically opening the door to your data. And so we tend to train and advise customers a lot on their security best practice. And the number of times we've seen companies emailing a password to a group email chain, and we have to sort of call them out on it. So what we've actually now put in place is multi-factor authentication as a standard offering. We've integrated with Okta platform that's available as part of the base Media Cloud platform. So for the companies that are taking it very seriously, their staff can only get onto the apps if they actually have their phone and they put in their fingerprint or a PIN code and off they go. And I think that this is a fairly new thing in the media industry, because it is the type of business where people are used to just grabbing a drive off the shelf, plugging it in and working. We're trying to encourage them to be more disciplined. But the fact is those tools are now readily available in the cloud, and it's low cost to do. It's really about putting best practice and convincing staff to operate in a sensible way.
That's fantastic to hear that actually the use of the cloud is making things a lot more secure.